What's going on, Boiler Nation? It is Tuesday night, January 13th, 2026. Brand new episode of the Boiler Breakdown podcast, streaming live on the Boiler Breakdown YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook page. Hit that like button, that follow button, that subscribe button, that notification bell on YouTube so you know when we are going live each and every week with a brand new episode. I'm Tanner Lee, co-host Evan Webb in the house. Our other co-host Aaron Lynch will not be joining us this evening, taking care of a sick child. So I don't think we're envying him.
Nope, not at all.
But, how we doing, Webby?
Not too bad, man. How about you?
Can't complain. You know, had a few Purdue fans reach out to me this past week, like a little annoyed that we didn't win the games over Washington and over Penn State by more. All I said was, doesn't matter. Keep stacking wins. That's what this time of year is all about. Just keep stacking wins. It'll work out itself.
Yeah, and you always wonder, like, you never know. I mean, some coaches will let it know, but you never know, like, I mean, this time of year, like, the flu's kind of running through teams. Like, you know, certain teams probably have it worse than others. But yeah, I mean, obviously you'd like to win more, especially like when you have games where it kind of gets close tight at the end. But, you know, good teams find a way to kind of keep those teams away. I mean, at the end, I mean, we've seen it over the years, but when, you know, people play Purdue, they're going to give them the best shot just because of that number next to their name. So it's a testament to this team to be able to keep those teams at bay.
Yeah, and going back to your comment about the flu, I went to the game Saturday. First time I've been to a game Mackey since 2024, so it was good to be back. I'll hit on a little more of that later. But my dad and I, on the way down, on the way back, we're just talking a bunch of sports and a bunch of Purdue things. He thought he had read somewhere where Braden was sick against Iowa State.
I think I had read that too, but whenever I read that post after the game, it's like, especially after like a bad game like that, it's like, okay, are they just like, you know, who's saying that? Like, unless it comes directly from Painter or the player, like, I don't think they would even ever say that because it looks like an excuse. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're on the court, then you got to play. But I think I read that too, but I didn't really give it too much thought.
But as far as we know, there's been no illness to run through the team or anything.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood, that doesn't happen because I don't think it's even peak flu season yet, and it's awful out there for everybody that's got it. So, yeah, man, not too much to complain about right now in the world of Purdue basketball, men's basketball, I should say. I mean, they're rolling right now in conference play. I mean, here's another thing, like Purdue's the favorite to win the conference coming in the year. One of the favorites to win national championship, number one overall coming into the year. You're going to have that target on your back. So when you're playing teams like Washington, Penn State, doesn't matter if it's on the road for them, home for Purdue, of course, at Mackey Arena, they're going to come out swinging. They're going to give you everything they got. So Purdue's got to be, buckle up and be ready for that. Both games, more so Washington than Penn State, they got the lead and then kind of took the foot off the gas, which Penn State was a dogfight through the first half. Then second half, Purdue opened up really well. But that's one thing, and I know we've talked about on the podcast in the past, but I don't know how long ago it was. Is it a concern of yours that one weakness of this team seems to be their slow starts in games?
Not yet, I guess. Not too overly concerned right now. I guess maybe one concern you might have is just like not putting some of those teams away. But also, I mean, like I said, some of those teams, they just get in desperation mode and they just kind of start, a lot of times that's when you see guys start hitting shots because it's like, we got nothing else to lose. We're already down, 22. Let's just start chucking, and they start to go in because they're not thinking about it. But there's been a couple, games where things just seemed like the Wisconsin game for sure, where it was like, that was the one that was more concerning than the other two, I would think. Where it's just like, Braden got the record, we were up big, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is an 11-point game with like 4 minutes to go. This game is not over yet. But I think, I mean, experience, especially with the big three and all they've been through, like, I'm not too overly concerned. I think, hopefully you just, if things do start out slow, hopefully you can rely on, Trey and Oscar down low. I think sometimes they don't go to them as often as you think they would. But I haven't been too concerned yet.
And it was interesting, both games last week. Washington had just got sloppy down the stretch. Refs looked like they wanted to go home. They wanted to let a lot of things go by. Even on the Purdue side, there was that clip that went kind of viral where Braden definitely traveled and they didn't call anything. And then Penn State was just making shots. I mean, they were shooting kind of out of their butt for most of the game, which credit to them. And credit to Penn State. I know they've lost their last 3, Illinois, Michigan, Purdue, but they hung in there, all of them. And
they
they're
fought.
a very young team with a lot of freshmen. I think Rhodes does a good job there. So I know they're right now, arguably by the standings, of course, they are the worst team in the Big Ten, but I'm glad we don't have to go there.
Yeah. Going to Happy Valley on a Tuesday night at 9:00 when there's 100 people there, that's the worst.
Why is that, you think? I had a friend of ours text me the other day, and they're the only school in the Big Ten where even if they're having a decent season, the crowd just doesn't show up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's, just quote unquote being a football school. I don't know, because they've had some pretty fun temes over in our lifetime.
Sure.
Probably can only count on one hand the amount, but they've had some decent teams or pulled some big upsets. And because it's weird because they'll have no problem packing out the Palestra, or they have that other, I think, where they play volleyball. But obviously it's a lot smaller than the Bryce Jordan Center, but I don't know. I don't know why is that. I mean, maybe it is just kind of just not the, I want to say not the culture of the Big Ten like it is for basketball. It was kind of one of the. They've been in the Big Ten now for 30 plus years now, so they might as well be an original member. It feels like, but it just feels like some of these East Coast schools, they don't always have the support that you'd think they have.
Yeah, it's weird. Of course, Nebraska this year, it's outlier. They're ranked top 10. But even years since they've joined the Big Ten, we've seen them struggle. And their crowd still shows up pretty well night in, night out. But I guess in a weird way, it almost gives Penn State more of a home court advantage when nobody shows up, because the away team doesn't get into it. It feels like they're playing in a morgue. And sometimes Penn State can get them. So yeah, just interesting observation. But yeah, I thought the Boilers played well. I thought Braden Smith had a good week. Of course, Big Ten Player of the Week again, 4th time in his career. And I think he took that to heart. The media coming out and saying "Oh, he can't score anymore. Oh, he can't go for this," because he said it on his podcast on Thursday. Which if you don't listen to his podcast, go check it out. It's a pretty good listen every week with sleepers over there. And then he followed it up after the game Saturday, kind of giving it to the media I kind of quote unquote, or in a synopsis, I've heard what you've been saying, that I can't score. There you go, type of thing. Because he came out guns a-blazing on Saturday.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and there's obviously going to be games where we need that. Definitely there's some games where he's just not even looking to score, which I get. He's the point guard. He's trying to, one, break a record, but 2, just get other guys involved.
Sure.
But yeah, when he is, we definitely haven't had a player, and from a point guard standpoint, that can just control the game he can.
No.
Obviously, no disrespect to PJ and even Carson, even he wasn't a true point guard. Lou Jack, all those guys, but man, he has that game on a string.
Oh yeah.
He's just for him to toy with defenders, it's pretty remarkable.
I mean, he had 26 points, 14 assists, maybe 13. I think it's 13 or 14. I don't remember exactly on Saturday. 1 turnover. And his turnover, even though it was a freaking bullet, you can argue TKR should have cut the ball. He just can't stop moving. So, I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, he just, like I said, in that start, we need him to be shooting like that, because we were getting looks and we just couldn't hit. Now, you look at Stanley at the end of the game, Oscar ended up with 20-plus points, even though he wasn't shooting jump shots. Fletcher was a 3 away. CJ was right around 16, 17 points. So we had a lot of guys there, and they started hitting later on, which at halftime, I wasn't worried. I'm we're going to start hitting our shots. Penn State's going to wake up type of thing. But for a while, you look up at scoreboards, we're not turning the ball over at all. I think we had 3 or 4 turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. We're shooting at a high clip, and we just can't pull away from these guys. I mean, the only negative I had coming out of Saturday was free throws. And luckily, this was a game we didn't need to hit free throws, but I'm sure they've been practicing those the last couple of days.
Yeah, and there'll be a game where, Purdue will probably drop one and they go,
Sure.
8 of 19 from the line and we lose by 6. Like that's always seems to happen at least once a year. But yes, I was listening. I was driving back from Chicago that day, so I was listening to the game and it sounded like, I'd be like, okay, yeah, Purdue's definitely dominating. It's like, oh, we're up 7. Like they hit a 3 or something. And yeah, but that's credit to Penn State for not backing down.
Yeah. And they were doing some good stuff offensively. They were setting a couple like double screens at times on some motions. And then I wish I knew more about X's and O's, especially when I'm there and trying to watch it, trying to figure out what they're doing. But they were doing something in the paint that like when they were driving that I hadn't seen another team like they kind of figured something out there for a little while. But yes, credit to them. They play hard, but I knew Purdue would come out victorious. So, I mean, did what we're supposed to do. Didn't look ahead, took care of business. And we got through the student break without a loss. That's big because that hadn't always been the case, especially at home for Purdue.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, obviously, Mackey's still always packed, but there's definitely a energy difference when the paint crew's not there, which thankfully they're going to be there tomorrow night against Iowa.
Yeah. 6:30 tip though. That's tough it would be sold out. Don't get me wrong, but like it's tough for everybody to get there by tip time, for 6:30 games, and which I know Michigan is on February 17th, 6:30, but that's all TV. That's especially when the game's on Peacock. So yeah.
But thankfully, it's not, I'm hoping to be there tomorrow. So it's like, try to leave a little early if I can, if you have the luxury to do so from work. But it's tough for those games. Thankfully we have it lucky because like compared to teams like Maryland where they're from DC where traffic is backed up for hours. It's like a 6:30 tip is you might as well just not even open the arena because no one's going to be there.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point. And, and my old self anymore, like especially if I'm not going to the game and even just watch on TV, like I hate the 8:30 tips anymore than 9 o'clock. I'm already looking like next Tuesday against UCLA.
UCLA 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Eastern.
But is what it is. At least we only got to do that once.
Yeah.
We don't have to do it twice or anything. But this week's slate, like mentioned, Iowa coming into town, which Iowa's starting to trip up a little bit. Still very dangerous team.
They're in a tough stretch. Yeah.
Still very dangerous. And then Purdue's got to go out west to California to play USC at 6 o'clock on Saturday, which I like to think Purdue will have a good presence out there fan wise.
I would think so. Yeah. Especially for USC and UCLA. This is an interesting stretch because you've got obviously, Iowa, good team. They're in a tough stretch. They just lost close, to Illinois over the weekend. They've got at Purdue, they've got at Indiana this week, so they're going to be desperate for a win because they've already tripped up in conference play a couple times already. Then we go out to California. Then we have our first game back from California is Illinois, and then at Indiana. So it's like I can't remember last year what game it was, what the Ohio State game was. If it was like the first game back, or if it was the second game back from the California trip that we dropped. So it's like those are two that you really can't. Hopefully the magnitude of Illinois, that could be a top 10 matchup, depending if Illinois
should be if both teams take care of business on paper. Yeah.
And obviously you're going down to Bloomington. That's, a game that they should be up for. So hopefully if there is any like jet lag that gets wiped away pretty quickly. Because if we're playing like Minnesota at home, no disrespect to Minnesota, or like even like an Ohio State, it's not like, you hope that assuming Illinois takes care of business that the hype of that game should snap them out of it.
Right. And, not to get too far off track here, but the Indiana game, there's a good chance, go Canes, but there's a good chance Indiana's going to win national title in football, something I've never dreamed I'd have to say in my life. And they're going to bring that damn trophy out.
Yeah.
For the Purdue game.
They're going to do it against us, but then the fact that it's their first home game.
Yeah, it just all lines up perfectly.
Yeah, post that game, it's going to happen.
The reason I bring this up, I was going somewhere different here. The reason I bring this up, one of our sponsors, Mad Mushroom, is holding an all-you-can-eat NCAA championship watch party on January 19th at 7 o'clock. $10 advance tickets, $15 at the door. So scan this QR code. I'm popping up on the screen here to get your $10 tickets. All you can eat cheese/pepperoni pizza and breadsticks. All drinks and additional menu items are available for purchase. Scan the code to purchase tickets and for more details. So
that's awesome.
If you're going to be in misery by watching the game, you might as well do it at a great place, grab some great food, and just eat so much and make yourself miserable. That's what I'd do.
Maybe
So
just eat so much you just pass out, so you don't have to watch the end of the game.
that's all I'm going to say about the game. I was going somewhere
Yeah.
with that. That's where I
Yeah,
was
okay. Yeah.
trying to go. I was rated up just
Because
for
you're
that.
professional. Yeah, it's your
Yeah, I don't know about that, but thank you. But yeah, looking at this Iowa matchup here, it's not the Iowa we're used to. This is not Fran McCaffrey's Iowa. Totally different Iowa. Um, I don't think they're as entertaining to watch, just because I like to see Fran's head explode, and like that Iowa team could score. His teams could score. They just couldn't play like a defense.
Right.
So, but I mentioned this last week when I pulled up the all-time series against Penn State. Iowa is Purdue's 9th most common opponent all time. Played them 130 times. Purdue's winning the series 73 games to 57. So, and then while we're on it, Southern California, USC. Why did I call him Southern California? It is Southern California, but that was weird. 54th all-time opponent. Only played him 6 times. Purdue's got 4 wins to 2 losses there. So, yeah, but unfortunately, I can't click on it and see the last couple of years head-to-head or anything like that on this website. So, this is since 4950, I should say. So if they met before then, it's not on these records. But yeah, usually Purdue takes care of Iowa in Mackey. We've seen some really good games though over the years. Still the one that bothers me is the Rick Mount game years ago when Rick Mount came back for the first time and Purdue wore the throwbacks that they the throwback shooting shirts, I should say. I don't think they wore throwback jerseys. And Purdue blew a big halftime lead and lost, which reminds I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole here. So now that we got these script throwbacks, are we completely done? We're in the what I call big dog era throwbacks.
I think so. Yeah, I think
we haven't seen them like forever.
I think once I got the script, they kind of just tossed those aside. Yeah.
Heck, we never wear regular white uniforms. Hardly.
I know. Yeah, so say we wore gold, and one we haven't seen this year yet, which maybe we will. I don't know, but is the anthracite, the gray?
Oh yeah, the gray,
the grayish black ones. Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have the Hammer Down Cancer. Volt jerseys at some point, uniforms. So I mean, I like the scripts. Don't get me wrong, but I like the normal whites too. I just wish everything got peppered in there a little bit. But I just have to think that like I almost forgot about the big dog era, but we a few years ago we wore them so often they kind of became a regular jersey, so to speak. But you can't go wrong, and you got plenty of jersey options if you want to purchase a jersey too. So where was this when we were growing up?
I know, right?
But we do play Iowa twice this year. We go there on Valentine's Day, which is the only game on as of now. Well, only game on the schedule that's a to be determined time.
Okay,
the only one. So, yeah, Saturday, Valentine's Day. So, but are you feeling good going into both of these? I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah.
It's basketball. It's Big Ten basketball, but
yeah, I think. I'm not sure if Iowa had, which I mean, actually, it will be interesting because Iowa obviously like to pound the ball and use a lot of clock, which so does Purdue in the half court. So interesting to see kind of does Purdue stick to that, or do they try and get out and run to try and kind of push the pace a little bit? Starts their point guard is kind of
good.
He's really good. I think him and Braden know each other from a camp from over the summer.
I think you're right.
He's kind of he's bigger than Braden. I know he's actually gotten some potential lottery buzz, I think.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. So he's one to look out for. They still have some shooters, are kind of flanking him. I don't think they have the size down low. I mean, it's kind of like a lot of these guys came from Drake with McCollum. So they still have the size of a traditional Big Ten team. So I look for Purdue, Trey, and Oscar to have some big games, and Daniel have some big games. So I just think they're going to be able to hang with us down low. It's just a matter of, Purdue's defense being sound and not letting them get hot. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about this one.
Yeah, me too. I am as well. Sorry, I was looking something up over here for later on when we talk football. And I'm like, what the heck? I was on 2025 stuff until 2026. I was really confused for a second and trying to find what I was looking for. But yeah, I one thing I'm not concerned about it, but one thing that's hard to believe now that we're middle of January, this team hasn't played a one possession basketball game yet.
That's wild. I mean, closest
Alabama was the
Alabama.
closest, and that was technically like 3 possessions probably by the time the horn sounded. So
yeah,
I mean, it's coming soon. Sooner or later.
Yeah.
No win.
But you think, I mean, especially the starting 5 plus Jakari, these guys have so much experience. So like I'm not really too worried about it yet if it does happen. So I think
I'm right there with you.
I think Purdue has just a way of just like if it is close down the stretch, they have a way of just demoralizing teams with their size, and if they're going to kind of pound it down low and make them, get the fouls racked up and all that. So I'm not too worried.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Trey Kaufman-Renn hadn't scored 20 points in a game yet. There's just a lot of off the wall things. It just shows you how deep and how talented, how good overall this Purdue team is. And it's also kind of wild. I mean, we figured this was going to be the case that the rotation was going to shorten up once we got into conference play. But like Liam Murphy doesn't even sniff a minute now, and he played some decent minutes in the non-conference. But I'll tell you, the guy that takes Purdue to the next level for me, CJ Cox. He showed that on Saturday. I mean, all of a sudden, this Purdue team's starting to get some steals out front, and they're finding ways to finish them too. I mean, CJ had 2-and-1s in transition. I just like his game a lot. I know my dad said like he thinks by the time CJ graduates, he'll be up there with his top favorite Purdue players of all time.
Wow.
Which my dad's been around for a while, watched a lot of Purdue basketball, so that's saying something. But he is fun to watch. I mean, so many of these guys are fun to watch. Like we were saying, like who our favorite players on the team. It was hard for me to come up with my favorite because I enjoy so many of them. I mean, there's none that really, to be honest, frustrate me right now, which is good. Usually in the years past, you pick 1, 2, some teams 3, 4, 5. So, but no, it was nice to be back. Like I said earlier, in Mackey. I only got the one game last year, was the Marshall game. So, and I believe I'm going to the Michigan one. My wife and I are going to the Michigan one in February, which would be awesome. So yeah, I mean, Mackey's a great place to watch a basketball game if you've never been. Can't say enough about it. I mean, I was looking around. I'm like, there's definitely things they could update, but for the most part, I'm glad they leave it they've left it the way it is. I mean, I guess my one complaint, I wish there was some more comfort as far as seats and room, but then that kills the occupancy and it kills some of the loudness and the vibes and everything. But man, at times you're getting kneed in the back or people are leaning back into your knees. It's like, I can't move.
Yeah. Or you're just like so squished. It's like seats were made like in
and the 3 seats to my right were open. So I had plenty of room to shift, but it was more in front of me and behind me. That was kind of a nuisance all game. But I'm like, I know come Michigan game, everybody's gonna be like sitting on each other's lap type thing. Yeah. So, but Aiden O'Connell was back in the house, him and his wife, which is cool. They showed him on the screen, the big screen. I want to call it Jumbotron, but it's not Jumbotron. Big screen. Don't know. I'm sure there was other former players in the house, but didn't show any. They showed Gene, of course. He gave a thumbs up. It's like, man, that's incredible. For 89, still going strong, still going to games. Gotta love it. So, but overall, good atmosphere for a game in which students weren't there, I thought. So
shout out to the alumni band for holding it down.
Sounded good. Yep. So it's and it was funny. I text you like the rare Saturday day games. I looked at our schedule like, no, not this year. We have tons of day games. We have no Saturday night home games this year.
That's crazy. Yeah, because last year it was like complete opposite. It was like we had like maybe one random Saturday game. But no, we're lucky.
Yeah, we are. It's definitely try not to take it for granted, especially in the transfer portal and NIL era. But I mean, Purdue basketball's something special right now. It's been for a decade, and it's very fun. Very fun. Just hope we can get football going one of these days. Game or score predictions for this week. MVP, bold predictions.
All right. For Iowa game, I'm going to go Purdue 71, Iowa 59.
I like that. Good defensive effort.
MVP, I'm going to say going to say Trey because I'm going to say bowl prediction. He finally gets 20 points.
Like it. For Iowa, I'll go a little higher. I'll go Purdue 81, Iowa 69. MVP, I'll go Oscar Clough. Follows it up with another 20-point performance. That dude just fits in so well.
He does.
He was exactly what the team last year was missing, but I'm glad he's on this one. Bowl prediction, Purdue only misses 2 free throws. Okay. Don't know how many we're going to shoot, but we do a lot better than we did Saturday. How about at USC?
I have not watched much of them.
Oh, me neither.
As with most of the West Coast schools. I'm going to go Purdue 83-68.
Okay.
MVP, I'm going to go Braden again.
Bowl prediction for that one?
The entire starting 5 scores at least 13 points.
Wow. Sign me up. Yeah, this will be interesting for me as a fan. If you're a longtime listener or viewer, you know I'm a big Denver Broncos fan too. Mm-hmm. And this time of year when it gets, if the Broncos are in the playoffs, which is the only second time in the last decade, so I haven't been able to say that too often. I always know there's going to be a conflict more times than not, unless it's a Sunday, but whatever. Anyways, so I'm definitely going to be watching the Bronco game, and it starts at 4:30. So, but I'm like, I'll have Purdue on maybe in another room and kind of rub back and forth. Their commercials.
That's what the TV on your phone is for.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Except the iPad, my wife's iPad, I can do that.
Yeah.
But anyways, going. And I don't know if I've ever watched a basketball game at USC on TV.
Hey, I don't know if I have either.
I know I have a UCLA, of course, but I don't know if I have a USC. But go Purdue 83, USC 73. Player of the game. Let's go Fletcher Lawyer. And bowl prediction, Purdue has 5 or less turnovers.
Love it.
So, yep, I think it'll be a good week. I think it'll be a 2-0 week, and then really get ready for as the schedule really starts to
really
ramp up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. So, looking around the Big Ten, I haven't even looked at schedules this week. I know we got some games going on right now.
Yeah, Michigan State's up 2 against IU at the under 12 timeout.
And Minnesota's up 3, under 11 minutes to go. Oregon's at Nebraska tonight. He was a 10.5-point favorite. No way Nebraska falls here, right?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, me neither. And then Maryland plays at USC, our opponent coming up on Saturday. 10:30 tip.
Yeah, that's a late one for Maryland. I'll take USC just because I do not think Maryland's that good.
Yeah, that's a long trip, too.
Long trip.
Man. We are 9.5-point favorites tomorrow, by the way. I have not seen the line until right now. UCLA is a 3.5-point favorite across the country at Penn State tomorrow night.
Give me Penn State.
I'll take UCLA, but it would not shock me one bit if they lose.
Yeah.
Number 13, Illinois is 8.5-point favorite at Northwestern tomorrow night.
Give me Illinois. I think it'll be tight for a little bit, but this Northwestern team's not like we've seen in the last couple of years under Collins. They just don't have much outside of Martinelli, which is actually crazy because they have a kid named Ayrton Page who I think went to USC at one point. He was like a 4-star kid coming out of high school and kind of bounced around a little bit. But yeah, Martinelli, it's him and a bunch of characters.
I agree. I hope Northwestern wins, but I think Illinois. Actually, even though if Purdue wins their next 3 and Illinois wins their next 3, that'd be a really fun matchup. But
yeah,
I also hate Illinois. So, number 4, Michigan, 12.5-point favorite at Washington. Michigan needs this one, as weird as that sounds, because just for mojo vibes, for vibes.
Yeah, I think they take care of business out there.
Saturday, Minnesota at number 13, Illinois. This is a noon game with no students.
Give me Illinois, but I think Minnesota makes them a little nervous.
I like that. I agree. UCLA at Ohio State.
Give me Ohio State. I think it's a bad week for UCLA.
I like the Buckeyes there. Man, there is tons of games on Saturday. Iowa at Indiana.
I think IU takes care of that one.
I think they do too, even if they lose tonight at Michigan State. Rutgers at Wisconsin.
Give me Wisconsin in that one.
I agree. Michigan at Oregon.
I'll take Michigan as well.
I agree. I think Michigan has a good West Coast swing. Nebraska at Northwestern.
Give me Nebraska. I think they stay on their hot streak.
What an opportunity! What a week of opportunities for Northwestern. But I don't think they take care of. I don't think they take advantage of either one.
Yeah.
I like Nebraska and Michigan State at Washington.
I'm gonna take Washington in that one as an upset. Watching Michigan State a little bit tonight, I just don't. Their offense is not very good.
I'll take Sparty just to be different, but I hope you're right. And Sunday, the lone game, Penn State at Maryland. Ugh.
Oof. I'll take Maryland just because they're at home.
Yeah, I will too. It's hard to go against the home teams in conference play. Next week's there's some good games next. I mean, we won't predict them now. We'll see that for next week. Looking on paper, there's some good matchups next week. Interesting. All right. Any more thoughts on basketball before we switch gears?
No, say it's nice. This is when it really gets fun. Students are back across the country and things really start to ramp up. It's crazy.
Yeah, they do. And there's no such thing as an easy conference game, especially on the road. I'll no heart that. It's just everybody knows everybody, and it's a grind. It's a freaking grind.
Yeah.
All right, switching gears to talk football. Transfer portal is still open. I don't know when the window closes. It's coming up.
I think it's Friday.
I
think. Yeah.
Right now, on the On3 2026 college football team transfer portal rankings, Purdue ranks 32nd. 23 transfers in, 21 out. So we've gained 2 players.
Does that include Spencer Porath?
This is usually pretty darn up to date.
Yeah.
At one time, Purdue was up to 6th in this. And a lot of teams in front of them are heavy hitters when it comes to paying a lot of money. One team that's interesting, and I'm saying this because they're on Purdue's schedule next year, Wake Forest is 30th.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of interesting. The adjusted NIL value via this for Purdue is at plus $618,000.
Okay.
0 5 stars, 0 4 stars. It says 23 3 stars minus 23 stars. That doesn't make any sense. So are they saying like we gained all 3 stars and lost 20 of 21 guys with 3? That doesn't make sense at all.
I don't know.
We got an index score of 7, whatever that means. But yeah, number 1's Texas Tech, number 2's Indiana, 3 A&M, 4 Louisville, 5 Virginia Tech. So number 6 is Houston. That's an interesting one. I think a lot of SEC schools, of course.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of at the point now where I'm just like, I like what I see for the most part. But it's kind of show me, like I feel like the last 2 years I've been excited about what we've done in the portal. And we've won 3 games. So I remember being really excited 2 years ago. I think you could probably argue 2 years ago, we probably had the best on paper talent coming in to Purdue football in quite a while, maybe outside of Karlaftis and Bell class, which transfer wasn't even a thing then. But it just obviously didn't translate to the field. I like that a lot of the guys that Barry and company are bringing in have experience, whether that be at the Power 4, hell, even Big Ten level. So we got a couple Big Ten guys, but at the FCS level, I hate bringing them up, but that's what Indiana did. That's what he seems to be really good at. As much as you hate him, Cignetti, I see a lot of Painter and Cignetti in terms of he just has an eye for talent and production over potential. I feel like getting old dudes that produce, regardless of the level. Whereas a couple years, last couple years, we get excited about a former 4-star from Georgia or Auburn who hasn't seen the field, and lo and behold, he still doesn't see the field at Purdue because of whatever reason. So I'll take guys that have produced, even if it was at an FCS level. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued. It's definitely, I was in a dark spot there for a long time with football.
Oh, we all were, man.
Yeah, and this is kind of getting me a little excited. We'll see kind of as, especially the fact that this is the only transfer portal window. So this,
exactly.
Like I said, with that last year at this point, I was just like, well, there's another portal opening. Like we'll see.
Yeah, last year I'm like, I'm waiting until August. Give me a paper and I'll learn the roster.
Yeah, talk to me in April when
Yeah.
the portal closes again, and we actually know who's going to be on the team.
Yeah.
But now we're going to know, and winter workouts have already started. It looks like. So
yes,
we'll see from that. But obviously we know Ryan Brown's going to be the starter moving forward. But you hope that what they've done enough to get him some weapons around the field.
If the Ryan Brown that played the first half of the season shows up for a whole season, Purdue can win some games.
Absolutely.
Ryan Brown that played the second half, that's not going to be good.
100%. I like some of the speed they've brought in. They brought in some smaller guys. And obviously they got that Penn receiver who's like 6'4", who was all Ivy League, put up like 600 yards in only 10 games. So that's
and he had an unbelievable one-handed catch.
Yeah, some pretty good production. So that's where intrigues me, is seeing guys who, and also shout out to the staff for keeping guys like Correa. That was huge.
Huge.
That was probably number one on all three of our lists of guys to
it's
keep.
Been reported by Tom Dienhart of Golden Black that supposedly the guys that Purdue retained are, I don't know how these contracts work, but they've locked him up for 2 years. And that would make sense with Correa, because how he sent out his tweets, like, okay, I think he's here for the rest of his career type thing. Cause he's like, I'm here for the long haul. And there's numbers starting to be thrown out. Like Ryan Brown sounds like $1.5 million
a year. Yeah.
Which is pretty on the low part average for a lot of quarterbacks nationally. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy what we're talking contracts, 2-year deals, or just the whole the Sam Levitt situation where he commits to LSU. Like, oh wait, Tennessee's trying to come in the 11th hour with their final offer, final push, and no, but it wasn't good enough, so he's staying with that.
Thought he was going to Kentucky or the Notre Dame backup that was going to Nebraska. Then literally the next day he's at Kentucky instead.
Yeah, or the fact that I sent you guys a text about Spencer Porath going to Notre Dame, and I was like, wait, I don't remember him going in the portal. Then lo and behold, he never announced he was in the portal. He just all of a sudden now going to Notre Dame. So Purdue's new place kicker next year.
The time we find a good kicker who's been consistent.
Of course, yeah.
But of course, he is an Indiana kid. Probably grew up a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah. Maybe Freeman leaves for Pittsburgh. I don't know. I hope another Indiana coach goes to Pittsburgh, but
I think we can wish all we want.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
They did say on NFL Network NFL teams are still reaching out to Freeman, even though he said he's coming back to Notre Dame. Why wouldn't you? Make him say no.
Yeah.
Make him say no type thing.
Yeah.
They probably Steelers probably will, I would think, reach out to Signetti just to see. And he's not going to leave, but
no, he's not. Why would you?
Real quick, I'm going to try to go over all the new guys coming in for Purdue real quick. I'll probably get mispronounced a lot of their names, but they do not have Porath as leaving yet on here, but they got the new addition that was announced today. Keyshawn Burgos, edge from Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Besai Owens, I hope that's how you pronounce the name, is the 6'4" Penn wide receiver you were talking about. D. Newsome, cornerback from Samford.
Yep.
A 6'3" corner, which they've had some big corners.
That's what I've been liking too, is just overall size, especially at the corner.
You have to have it in the Big Ten with some of the wide receivers.
It's a fact is just seeing guys who were, not these 5'11", 6 foot, guys with seeing 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
It's like that's what we need, physical corners. Hopefully they got some speed to them too, obviously, because trying to keep up with some of these guys in the Big Ten. But yeah, you need that size.
Kylan Fox, tight end from Central Florida. Got to think there's some familiarity there with the quarterback coach, assuming he was there 2 years ago. Hudson Miller back to being a Boilermaker after leaving Toledo. Xavier Townsend, only 5'10", but speedy wide receiver from Iowa State.
Excited about him. Yep.
Donovan Saunders, cornerback, 6'3" from Utah. I was listening to or watching part of a Big Ten podcast the other day, and I loved it because they were already covering 6 teams in Big Ten that are doing work. We were one of them.
Hey.
But I had to laugh. They were talking about big losses for Purdue. Nitro Tuggle and Rico Walker. I'm like,
oh my God.
You didn't watch too much if you think Rico Walker's a big loss. So, yeah. The backup running back at Minnesota. I'm not trying to pronounce.
Yeah, good luck.
Not trying to pronounce
YouTube
that one.
How to pronounce this name?
Dylan Drennan, punter from Buffalo, all MAC, first team punter. Nuku Mafi, he was an starting offensive tackle for Oklahoma State. I like seeing that. Rodney Laura, defensive lineman from UCF, another good get. Boaz Stanley, who is the starting center for South Carolina. JoJo Hayden, linebacker from Illinois. Kurt Neal, defensive lineman from Illinois. Mr. Clark, what a name.
I love it.
Back from Florida International.
Anthony fans too, Mr. Clark.
Anthony Specca, linebacker from Penn State. Assad Wazim, wide receiver from Florida Atlantic. Travis Terrell, running back from Jackson State.
That one, I'm
very fast, and I hope he's our returner.
Yeah, there's a couple guys that we've gotten where like you see those tweets about who I don't even know who the hell these people are who are writing it, but like they'll be like one of the best returners in the nation. I've seen that I feel like 3 different times. I'm like, that's fine with me.
Yeah, we haven't had a good one since Mostert.
So. Yeah, just stick them all back there.
Mike Benolas, office lineman from USC. Makai Sana, I don't know. Offensive lineman from USC. I'll learn it by football season. Yeah. Jaden Mainham, he's a safety from Michigan, was at Michigan State before that.
Yep.
Jarrett Gibson, we talked about him last week, running back from Texas. And Wisdom Sims, D lineman from what school is that? North Carolina Central.
Was that the JUCO transfer?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, whose logo is that? It's like it's an eagle, but I can't. Yeah. Yep. So that is Purdue's haul so far. So
yeah, and obviously not done. They got their first edge commit with a kid from Virginia Tech, which
Burgos.
Was a very underwhelming addition as a 4-year player. So you hope they have a few other guys out there that they're looking at.
Yeah.
It sounds like Odom and company held back about $6 to $8 million from last year's rev share, knowing they were probably which I mean, like I get, like I kind of was thinking like, were they just trying to just get a team together last year just to kind of see what they had, and maybe they probably still thought they could do better than they did, and then like they got
exactly. Yeah, I think you're 100% right. Like I'm still pissed about 2-10 season, but then hearing that I'm like, okay, I'll give them a little more grace. Type thing, but
because also next year's schedule should be on paper a little bit better. Yeah. Should be, although you see that Wake Forest, they went 9-3 this year or something stupid. Like it's like, oh my god. So yeah, hopefully they were able to save some, which it gets a little frustrating when you think about like the quarterback. Which I get. I mean, if they believe in Ryan Brown, I guess they're gonna go down with the ship with it. I mean, I hope it works out. I really do. I was very critical of him at the end of the year, especially at the IU game. I know you were right there.
Yes, I was. Trying to calm me down a little bit.
Yeah. Wasn't so much the players, it was just maybe the administration.
It was just everything.
It was 10 losses built up into one.
Well, on top of 11 losses the year before. It
was a lot. I hope he does better. I really do, because the fact that he came back and he seems
he's a likable kid.
He's a gamer. He's roommates with Fletcher Lawyer.
I was going to say he's roommates with your boy.
He's roommates, yeah. So he's bonus points for that. So you hope, and part of it wasn't all his fault. Like money line, guys, it's not his fault. Nitro Togo couldn't catch a pass, or what's his face who transferred. Like Amon Branch disappeared after the second game of the year. So you hope these guys can step up and we can have some sort of run game. But yeah, it's like it's. It's that meme of like, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me right back.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like, okay, like, I'm feeling I'm already anticipating our review where we're like, I think we can get Purdue to 6 wins here.
Well, it's like, I'm starting to see Barry's vision. Like, I think he wants to turn into Purdue, and I hate this guy, but he runs a good program. I think he wants to turn them into like, kind of like Minnesota is right now. Like, we're going to beat you up in the trenches. Maybe ugly at times,
at this
but
point, we're gonna
wear you out.
People can point to the school down south all they want of like it's possible. It's like you need so many things to go right in terms of the right coach. You need them donors. You need the right schedule, just the right time. Like you need so much to go right. And at this point, as Tom has said, Bruce needs to be respectable.
Yeah, just take steps.
There,
take steps.
It's like. I feel bad for the schools that are going to try and replicate the Signet because it's
not going to happen
ever again, probably.
No.
So you get to that. If we can get to the Minnesota level, like that's a perfect first step. And if we can live, I mean, if we live there, like I mean, at this point, I'll take it. Like, I mean, I feel like forever we've always said, like, give us 8 wins, like 7 to 8 wins a year.
Sign me up.
I'm fine. Like, they're going to expand the playoffs so much eventually. Well, that'll be enough to make.
I was going to say, if the Big Ten has its way, 8 wins, we're in, baby.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm just like, I mean, yeah, it's just crazy. Like, we won 9 games in 2021.
I know. But even that Webby, that's only 2 times our lifetime we've won 9 games.
Yeah.
And Purdue's only won 10 once.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's thank God, as we always say in our group chat, thank God for Matt Painter.
Oh no, yeah. 100%. And one thing I did want to talk about just quickly is Mike Babinski had a round table type thing with the media.
Oh boy.
But I'm not going to go down to negatives tonight. I'll let Aaron join sometime. I'll just give him the floor. But one thing I found interesting was, and we've talked about this before on the podcast, but we didn't know if they'd do it. They're shuffling the schedule. So the UNC home game was on the dock for 2027. That's moving into the 2030s. And it sounds like they got some FCS schools already signed on the dotted line. It's just not announced. So, we will have Notre Dame for the next, I think we have three more years left with them, counting this upcoming season. 2 home, 1 on the road. Besides that, it's probably going to be games that Purdue should win. Yeah. And I used to be kind of against that. Like, still, I would like to see a power forward team, a MAC team.
We have coming this coming year.
Yes.
Indiana State, you have Wake Forest, and you have Notre Dame.
Yes.
And just hope that the non-Notre Dame team is not coming up with 9 or 10 wins.
I would even replace Wake Forest with like a Ball State. That's what I was trying to go. That's my ideal schedule. But I also get, like, until the playoff committee comes out with like standards, regulations, whatever.
Why would you?
But I'm still going to make fun of Indiana for it, especially if they win the national title and then they're playing
Kennesaw State.
Kennesaw State. And I think
Old
they
Dominion.
actually might play Colorado State next year, but that's still not.
Yeah.
Which Jim Moore Jr. is out there now, but that's still not Murder's Row. I'm still going to make fun of them, especially if they win
it's
the
not Ohio
title.
State going to Texas.
But
speaking of Ohio State, have you seen their schedule next year?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. They go to Texas. They have to play at Indiana. They have to play at USC. They think they play Oregon. Like, they've got, if Ohio State gets through next year, like,
they got Michigan at home.
Yeah, Michigan at home. Like, they're going to earn it next year.
Yeah. Good luck, Mr. Day.
Yeah, they have some they have a schedule next year.
Well, and I had a laugh, like, the other day. My dad and I were talking about, of course, the Indiana Oregon game and everything. And my dad's like, I watched them play Alabama, watched play Oregon. Makes me not feel as bad about our game against them because
I know,
the emphasis was like right there.
That's what I said in our group chat. I was like, Purdue was actually down less than Oregon was at halftime.
It's incredible. I've lost
down less if Purdue actually picks off Mendoza twice, like they should.
Yeah, he did not play well that game.
No, he didn't.
As weird as it sounds, they didn't need him to.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. But there's some rumors around Bloomington that the Mendoza family is not very happy with IU right now because of IU going to get the TCU quarterback over to little brother. And, the portal window's closing. They're playing for national titles, so you really probably aren't going to jump in.
They do get.
Do they get an extra grace time?
Miami and Indiana will get extra time since they're playing. Okay. Yeah,
so maybe we see that happen, but
because Little Bro was the reason Mendoza even came.
Yeah,
so I think Stephen might have been looking at Miami because they're from there.
Sure. Well, Big Mendoza chose IU over Miami, I believe.
Okay, that's right. So, I think he played with Cristobal. I think because there's a lot of connections.
Oh, it's weird. Miami. It's weird. Like it's all lining up. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw a funny tweet. It was like, you've got 3 Cubans at the game. You've got Cristobal, Mendoza, and Mark Cuban at the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it sucks.
It does suck.
They're going to win it. Like, I think they're going to win by 40.
Like, I'm still not rooting for Indiana. I would never root for Indiana. Like, I had coworkers on Friday, like, you're rooting for IU tonight, right? Like, they were being serious. They weren't ribbing. I'm like, and I told them, I'm like, hell no. Like, why? That does mean nothing as a Purdue fan.
Yeah.
Purdue's got to play this team every year. They got to recruit against them every year. Does mean nothing. And but I do know I can count them all 10 of my fingers probably, the IU diehard football and basketball fans. I'm happy for them, even though I still don't want them to win. But it's the reversible fans that are pissing me off. Like the Notre Dame fans, I've known my whole life, like Notre Dame, then they're at the Indiana game wearing Indiana stuff. I'm like, come on. I do know some Notre Dame fans that are pissed and rooting for. One told me going into the Alabama game, anybody but Indiana. Because they don't, they're like, we're supposed to be the football school.
Aboard.
We're supposed to be the football school, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that reminds me of like a couple of years when we were in the championship for basketball. We had some friends who were asking my wife, like, are you cheering for Purdue? And she's like, she's in the position, she's like, I want him to be happy, but I cannot cheer for Purdue. And I'm like, that is the correct answer. And that's kind of how I am. And they were like, oh, you got to cheer for your, I'm like, I wouldn't do that for her.
No. But they're an in-state school, Evan. I don't give a.
Yeah, I don't care.
I didn't root for Butler over Duke, even though that's, and everybody's like, Duke, you didn't root for, no. I was mad because me neither. We were supposed to be us.
Tournament. Yeah, I don't root for Big Ten teams in the tournament. I don't root for Big Ten in the playoff unless they're playing Tennessee. That's like people are like, oh, you got to cheer for the Big Ten. I'm like, again, it's like, why? What does that do?
I don't care.
I used to be that way before I developed a brain, where it's like that does absolutely nothing. It's like I know boy sports guys talk about. It's like why so Purdue can say, hey, come play for Purdue, and you can go once every couple of years. You can go play against a team who's won a national title. Like, cool.
Yeah, it's just it's just laughable.
Yeah,
it's but we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping it turns out like 2002 when Indiana lost to Maryland, 2012 when Notre Dame lost to Alabama, last year when Notre Dame lost to Ohio State. Then I can stomach it. But I got a feeling Monday nights could be, honest to God, the worst sports night of my life because I've never had to deal with it. Yeah. On the pro level, I have with the Chiefs as a Broncos fan, but that's different. That's pros, and the Chiefs are really good.
Yeah,
I haven't had to deal with this.
You don't live around a bunch of Chiefs fans, or
thank God. Well,
yeah.
Well, we know Chief fans everywhere because Taylor Swift. But yes. Hopefully he retires. Their bandwagon, you can hear it right now. Everybody jumping off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Man. It's like I'm embracing myself for it. I have been since they beat Alabama.
I have since I'm just like it's
still just crazy how they're just killing people.
Yeah, I think that helps me a little bit of just like one, like, and I hate, like, I know deep down if they had a different jersey on, I would love watching them play.
Oh, they play a fun brand of football.
They play a fun brand. Their defense is outrageous. It's just they're wearing that stupid color. And also, I think part of it too is like I don't hate them. Like they don't have a bunch of jackasses on the team. Like there's nothing like about them other than they just win and win big.
They don't have. Who was that douchebag that used to light up the cigar? Remember? It was.
Oh yes, yes. Was it? Wasn't Sudfeld? Was it? Was it Sudfeld?
Why do I want to say like Diamount?
Maybe that might be it. Yes, like that's kind of stuff.
Started with a Z.
Xander
Diamant, I think.
Yeah,
he was a dude. Yeah,
but like the biggest comment I give them is like, they are so impressive. I think also just the fact that they just like, it'd be one thing if they were like squeaking out these games of like, a penalty here. It's like, but the fact that they're just bludgeoning everybody, it's just like, okay,
they're BTA and everybody.
Yeah, just give them the flowers. Like this is miserable, but just get it over with it.
And their coach is so unlikable, even though he's the best coach in America.
Oh my God, yeah.
He didn't do this at James Madison. Like,
no,
he was really, really good, but like, he wasn't this good. Like, that's why I can't figure out. I'm like, I don't know, something.
I'm just older guys. I don't know because I don't know if it's true, but I saw something about like how like they're across the board. They're like on average like 2 years younger than the Packers, which Packers suck. So, but yeah, it is what it is. It's incredible. It is a movie. It will be a movie. So
I will not watch it. God, we're gonna have a Rudy in. Oh God.
Yeah. I saw someone say just remake the movie Hoosiers, but just for their football team. So actually, whatever.
I hate it. But yeah, go Miami, go Kings.
Yeah, go Kings.
But Double D Sports. What's up, fellas? Michigan State whooping up on IU right now. Yeah, they have a ton of true seniors and a couple older dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, they're old. Yeah.
That's what they're going to do every year, I think. So, whatever.
Yeah, and it's I mean, again,
Let's
that's
just
the
keep
model.
taking steps to get up there to where we can compete with them, and it would be
Yeah.
great to knock that jackass off. So,
Yeah.
but yep. Any closing thoughts before we pay some bills here?
You just hopefully a good week for
Yes.
for the Boiler basketball. Hopefully a good weekend for both our NFL teams.
Yeah, I would take a Bronco Bear Super Bowl right now.
And kill each other.
It's true.
No, yeah, it's and hopefully we have another. I mean, obviously the portal, just because the portal closes, I mean, we're gonna stop getting commits. It's just until the guys can enter. So hopefully they are able to keep the guys that they want to keep for now, and hopefully, obviously, just build steps to being a respectable program again. So,
Yep.
Did you see? I saw a tweet. I had to double check. It said football. I thought it said basketball first, but it was football after, especially after looking at some of the teams on there. But it was a tweet. It was like, I don't know who it was from. I meant to send to the group chat and I just forgot. But it was like the best programs to not win a football title. Like, and we were on there. And I was like, have you watched like the last like 2 decades outside of maybe like 5 years?
This last comment I'll make about Indiana, but I was telling my dad, like, if they do win it all, I mean, they're gonna get so much money and everything.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm like,
as they should. I mean,
do they expand their stadium? Because it only holds like 57.
Yeah, I think like so. I've read like because Indy Star and all that. I've seen them have talks. So like they're trying to. There's plans. I think they're trying to get. I don't know if it's going to happen because I think the city still has to sign off. But like turning the surrounding areas into like equates like a Wrigleyville type thing.
Yeah.
Which like would be cool, but also like there's a lot of residential areas there, so like people might not want their apartments or houses torn down. But I could see it, and then in 10 years when they are 4-8 and there's 30,000 people there.
I still remember like in 02-ish, we were in talks of building a second deck. Our stadium was going to be upwards of 80 or 90,000. I think it was 80,000. Can you imagine?
People jumping off the last couple of years?
we would have tarp it off like the Rangers did with the big P up top. Definitely in the Hazel era. Shout out to the fans the last few years still showing up. Hazel era, they just didn't.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh, good stuff. So, all right. But speaking of good stuff, Mad Mush has a bunch of good stuff, which is the Boiler Breakdown podcast. It's brought to you by Mad Mushroom, who has been serving Boilermakers since 1993. They're located in the heart of West Lafayette, and they're well known as the home of the original cheese sticks. Whenever Evan, Aaron, or myself visit, we like to sit down, have an ice cold beer while trying out their latest pizza of the month, which their pizza of the month for January is the Sweet Heat Barbecue Meats, a light layer of barbecue sauce topped with pepperoni, sausage, ham, bacon, ground beef, banana peppers, and mozzarella cheese, finished with a barbecue drizzle. Any Boiler Breakdown listener or viewer can use coupon code BREAK5, all caps, BREAK5, for $5 off any order over $20. And like I mentioned earlier, if you are going to watch the national championship game, they are having an event next Monday, the 19th, 7 p.m. $10 if you scan the QR code here for advanced tickets, $15 at the door, all you can eat cheese and pepperoni pizza and breadsticks, all drinks and additional menu items available for purchase. So scan this QR code to purchase tickets. Go have a good time as you can watching Indiana National Championship. Go Miami. And
green and yellow or green and orange, I should say.
Green and orange. Yep. So like I said, discount code BREAK5 for $5 off any order over $20. That's madmushroom.com. Mad Mushroom, feed your head.
I have a green polo. It's also Adidas for work. Maybe I'll wear that on Monday if I can get away with it. That probably would be bad juju, so I'm not going to do that. Never mind.
I wear green all the time. My company's color is green.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I remember one year for Christmas, my college roommate, all 4 years, he is a true Purdue fan now. At the time, he liked Purdue and Notre Dame, more so Notre Dame football. My freshman year, Miami and Notre Dame played in the Sun Bowl, so my dad bought me a very cheap Miami Florida shirt. Wish I still had it. I don't.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame won that game anyway, so it did me absolutely no good.
It did no good, yeah.
Yep. So, because I threatened to buy a T-shirt the following year of every single opponent Notre Dame played. I didn't want to spend the money. Those
was like me. I think I might be still in my closet at my dad's. I don't know. But when I bought a Broncos shirt at the Pro Football Hall of Fame because I was going to a Colts game that year when they played when Kyle Orton was still in the Broncos and Brandon Marshall broke the reception.
Yep. 21 catches.
Yeah.
Still didn't help him win.
Nope. But I remember about that just to remember the guy next to me when they came out, I was just cheering, and he's like, Broncos fan. I'm like, no. He goes, oh, you're just a jerk, but he used a colorful word than jerk. And I'm like, that was also a senior in high school. So obviously, I'm like, yeah. And then we started talking about, he found out I was a Purdue fan, so we're talking Drew Brees and all that stuff. But yeah.
It's like our
not being petty.
It's like our one of our best friends. He and I were at a Yankees Angels game in Yankee Stadium, and he was wearing a Torrey Hunter Angels shirt.
Oh God!
Literally the only Angels thing he could find at the Hall of Fame 2 days before.
Yeah, I hate Torrey Hunter.
He never wore it since after that. And the guy goes, "Angels fan." He goes like this, points down his feet because he had his Cubs flip flops on. He goes, "Oh, you just like to be a jackass, huh?" He's like, "Yep, yeah." So
yeah, that sounds right.
But you can't get Yankees, Cubs, or Angels stuff at the shop. You can get a lot of other sweet stuff.
Yes, you can. Yeah, check out the shop. Been making hometown apparel since 2011. Now from starting out in Garage, now they've got 3 retail locations across Indianapolis, 1 in Carmel, 1 in Broad Ripple, 1 in downtown Indy. All things Indiana in terms of the state, colleges, pro sports teams, national or state parks. Actually, they're doing a big launch right now with a bunch of different things. Should be coming out with a Purdue script in the next couple of days. I can't remember the exact date. I think it might have been later this week. But I mean, awesome stuff. I did get a Purdue script tumbler on this website for Christmas, and I was so glad because I need a new coffee tumbler, and it's great. Super comfortable shirts. I'm wearing the Play Hard Gene Katie shirt right now. The Boiler script hoodie is still on my wish list to buy on their next, whenever they have their next sale. I need to still get a Braden and TKR shirt as well. But awesome stuff. It fits super well, super comfortable. If you've got an IU fan, they've got a lot of stuff obviously going on right now with their run. But yeah, check them out. If you are shopping online, make sure you use promo code Breakdown and you'll get free shipping off your entire order.
I need that hat. I need the Purdue
Pete. It's a sweet hat. Yeah, it's a sweet hat. Yeah. I really, and this is not the shop, so I had bad timing. This the dribbling Pete, the official,
yeah.
I didn't like it when it first came out. I'm like, I think I love this.
Yep. I like it on all sports now. I didn't like it at first. Now I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was, especially like that, the pullover that Painter and the coaching staff will wear. I'm like, that actually looks really sharp. I know like Michigan State has it too. They have it on there for their stupid Spartan. But yeah, so shout out to the shop.
Yep. Great partners, make great stuff. And that reminds me, I need to order a Fort Wayne Pistons shirt. I looked at it the other night and put in my car. Yeah, I got to get one because, living in Fort Wayne, I've heard a lot of stories about them and how the NBA actually, the agreement for the NBA started in a basement in Fort Wayne. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. Wild. So, all right, Webby, let's boil her up, hammer down, beat the Hawkeyes, beat the Trojans.
Yes, sir. Boil her up.